The oldest ghost story, what may be the oldest surviving true ghost story, comes from the pen of Pliny the Younger, who lived in Rome in the 1st century AD. It contains many of the elements that could be found in later ghostly accounts. In a letter, Pliny wrote of a large house in Athens that had acquired the reputation of being haunted. People told of horrible noises like groans and the clanking of chains, followed by the appearance of the phantom of an old man in chains. A few skeptics who had decided to spend a night in the house were nearly frightened out of their wits and died shortly after their experience. One day, the philosopher Athenodorus came to Athens looking for a place to live. He asked how much it would cost to rent the vacant house, and when the figure he was given seemed remarkably low, he inquired why and was told the whole story of the haunting. The philosopher decided to take the house anyway. On his first night, Athenodorus was sitting up late, working on a particularly difficult problem, which fully absorbed his attention. When the groans and the clanking chains began, he was not disturbed. It was not until the phantom stood right in front of him that the philosopher even bothered to look up. It was exactly as it had been described, and it seemed to beckon to him. At first he indicated that he was too busy, but when the ghost became insistent, he decided to follow it. The ghost led the philosopher into the garden and pointed at a spot in the shrubbery. Then it disappeared. Athenodorus marked the spot, then went back to the house and fell asleep. The next morning, he went to the magistrates and suggested that the spot the ghost had indicated should be investigated. This was done, and when the investigators began to dig, they found a human skeleton just a few feet below the surface. Ancient and rusted chains still clung to the bones. The remains were carefully collected and properly buried. The house was then cleansed with various rituals, and after that it was never again troubled by ghosts or bad luck.